taking C. We lost C.
Hello YouTube, this is Warlord Black Ops Pro, and before we get into the topic of today's commentary, I just want to address something that came up from my last video, which was, some of you guys still don't believe me when it comes to Advanced Warfare's not selling well, people aren't playing this game, and I mean, you guys have to face the facts, and you can either choose to face the facts, or you can kind of live in this fantasy world that Activision wants you to believe in, but, you know, it's not really my decision whether or not you guys believe it, but I just encourage you guys to really face the facts and listen to what I'm telling you guys, because this is what Activision doesn't want you to know. But okay, but that's enough on that. Now let's get into the real topic of today's commentary, which is MLG. Now, and why it is a cancer to the community. Now, I don't have a problem with MLG itself, the organization. I mean, it's for competitive gaming. I know I'm not into competitive at all, but still, I understand some people are, and they like that competitive feel, and that's cool and all. But the problem is the influence MLG has over the game developers, over the game itself, and that's really what the cancer is. So, yeah, the MLG influences the game way too much. You guys haven't noticed from the past few Call of Duty titles, they have been catered to competitive way more than they should have. Especially Black Ops 2 and Advanced Warfare. Both those games, they had so many elements of MLG in it that it's not even funny. I mean, those games could have been better games if there was no MLG elements. I mean, if they took out the competitive elements, if they took that out, probably half the problems in the games would be solved. Now, in Black Ops 2, it was skill-based matchmaking at first. Thank God they took that out. And then there was a ranked play, which is league play, and that wasn't too bad because you didn't have to play league play if you didn't want to. It wasn't like they forced you to play. You could play pubs. But some other bad things that affected everyone. The big problem I have is when they put a mechanic in the game that caters to competitive, but that affects everyone, even people in pubs. That's the problem I have, because I like playing pubs. I like playing a game that's catered to casuals, not a game that's catered to MLG tryhards. So one of those things that affected everyone was maps. Like they were pretty much symmetrical, and then that's to try to give people a fair advantage. And keep in mind that's sarcastic, because there is no way to make maps completely fair unless you make them completely symmetrical, and that just makes the maps boring, and they try to do that to some degree in Black Ops 2. It's obvious, and they also remove the verticality, probably for the same reason. So those kind of made the maps a little bit on the boring side. I mean, I definitely wish they decided to leave verticality in, because it would have made the maps a lot better. Now, a few other things they did was they split Domination into 2 rounds. I mean, come on. I know they're trying to make it more competitive and try to prevent, I don't know, spawn trapping, but that doesn't even make sense because they brought back Demolition. I don't even get it. I don't think it was about spawn trapping. I really think that the 2 rounds was for MLG, because they want to give they think it's balanced if, like, maybe there's a so-called good side of the map, and what Team A spawns there first. Then the next round, like round 2 comes, Team B spawns there first, and then it's balanced. I mean, that's probably what they're thinking. Okay, and like they're trying to please MLG. And one of the reasons why they try to please MLG is because they think like the MLG has a disproportionate voice in the community. They comprise maybe 4% of the community or something like that. I think probably even less than that. Yet they seem to have a large amount of control over the game. I mean, it almost seems like the game and the game developers revolve around MLG instead of the other way around, and that's how it used to be. I mean, that's why I say Black Ops 1 and all those games before Black Ops 1 were good games, because they didn't revolve around MLG. They were balanced for the most part, except, you know, one-man army noob tubing from Offer 2 and things like that, Frag Times 3, COD 4, you know, MP40, Juggernaut, World at War, you know what I'm talking about. Those were just balancing issues not caused by MLG. And you know, it seems like a lot of the balancing issues these days are caused by MLG. I mean, one of the reasons why I now think that the weapons were nerfed to shit, honestly, in Advanced Warfare was because of MLG. Because apparently, I think they want all the weapons to be so weak to the point where, quote unquote, it only takes skill, so-called skill, to beat someone. So if you lose a gunfight, it's because the other guy had more skill than you. And I'm not even sure how that measures skill. I mean, maybe you can continue, you can maintain accuracy over more sustained fire. I'm not sure how having weaker guns is gonna do that, but that's part of the problem. All the guns in this game are nerfed to shit. I mean, the SMGs, for the most part, take 6 shots to kill range. The AR is 5. The LMG is 5. They're just garbage. A lot of them are just garbage, and that's why everybody's using the bow, because it wasn't complete garbage, and then they nerfed that. And also, guys, another thing about MLG and OpTiC and all these other interest groups that kind of affect the game, like, I think during Black Ops 2's lifestyle cycle, I think the reason the Cap 40 was nerfed, because I think Vonderhaar was asking, like, OpTiC and Nadeshot about his opinion about that gun, and apparently Nadeshot didn't like that gun, so they nerfed it just because of that. Because, you know, that just proves right there that they're catering way too much to MLG. They listen to their voices more than ours, and why is their voice more important than our voices? I mean, if not our individual voices, then what about our collectively, like as a community? Why does the 96% get ignored? Why the 4%, the minority, get control over the entire game pretty much? Because they get to dictate what's in the game. But I mean, this game's practically made for them, and that's one of the reasons why this game's going downhill. Now, I would like to see the game make a comeback, honestly. But what they're gonna have to do is, like, Activision's gonna have to realize at some point that, okay, the sales numbers have been going down for several years in a row now. Now, I think we gotta start making changes, go back to what we used to be doing, which was not listening to the interest groups, not listening to MLG, not listening to OpTiC and FaZe and all these other cancerous influences, and start going back to what they did Black Ops 1, and yeah, just balancing like that. That's what they need to do. They need to make the game fun for the casual, because, okay, who cares about competitive? I mean, why make the game around competitive anyway? I mean, the competitive kind of adjusts to the game as it's already made. I mean, they ban half the maps, they ban half the guns, they ban half the perks, and they ban all the kill streaks and stuff like that. So they adjust the game to their liking anyway, so why does it make sense to cater the game directly to MLG when they're just going to change it around anyway? Doesn't really make sense. And guys, I hope you guys understand that MLG is in large part responsible for many of the problems that Call of Duty faces today, and one of the reasons why the franchise has been in decline. Because although Modern Warfare 3 and Ghost didn't do too much of that, didn't cater too much, but Black Ops 2 and Advanced Warfare definitely did. And as you can tell by the sales numbers and all the data I've been throwing at you guys about the low sales and the low amount of people playing this game, I think it's starting to all add up why no one's playing Advanced Warfare anymore. Why people are just simply not buying it, simply not playing it. And a large part is MLG and the influence they've had on the game. And guys, the game should not revolve around MLG. MLG should revolve around the game. The game should be made for the casual, not for the professional. And MLG should just adapt to that said game. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the commentary. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I hope I changed your perspective on this issue a little bit. So guys, thanks for watching, and see you guys later.